Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you were there? Or perhaps you find yourself reading the same sentence 3 times, but the meaning just won't stick. In the medical world, we call this brain fog, and for many of us over 50, it feels like a silent thief, slowly stealing our mental edge. But here is the truth that many doctors don't emphasize. This isn't just an inevitable part of getting older. It is a biological signal that your brain needs a different kind of fuel. Welcome to Vitality Path 50 Plus. I'm Brian. Today, we aren't just going to identify the fog, we are going to lift it. I'll share 3 science-backed shifts that can help you reclaim the sharp, vibrant mind you deserve. No complex prescriptions, no miracles, just biology working in your favor. Let's begin. To fix the fog, we must first understand what it actually is. Imagine your brain as a high-performance engine. For decades, it has run smoothly. But after 50, 2 major biological shifts begin to happen. First is microinflammation. Think of this as brain rust. It's not an infection you can feel, but a slow smoldering in your neural tissues, often caused by the cumulative stress of our modern diet and environment. When your brain is inflamed, the communication between your neurons, those tiny electrical sparks that create thoughts, becomes sluggish. Second is the decline in cerebral blood flow. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's oxygen. As we age, the pipes or vessels delivering that oxygen can become less efficient. When the flow drops, your mental energy drops with it. This is why you feel dim or muted by 2 in the afternoon. But here is the exciting part. Unlike a mechanical engine, the human brain is plastic. It can repair. It can reroute. Through a process called neurogenesis, we can actually encourage the growth of new pathways. The fog isn't a broken engine. It's just an engine waiting for the right maintenance. Let's look at the 3 pillars that make this repair possible. Pillar 1, the gut-brain connection. The first pillar might surprise you. It starts in your gut. Science now shows that your gut and brain are connected by the vagus nerve, a direct superhighway. If your gut is inflamed from processed sugars and hidden additives common in our modern food supply, your brain will feel it. To lift the fog, we start with neuronutrition. This means flooding your system with antioxidants found in deep-colored berries and healthy fats like omega-3s. These aren't just foods. They are the literal building blocks of your brain's protective lining. Pillar 2, the sleep sanitation. The second pillar is what I call the nightly rinse. While you sleep, a specialized system in your brain, the glymphatic system, literally washes away metabolic waste. It's like a janitor cleaning up after a long day of work. If you aren't reaching deep restorative sleep, the waste stays. Over time, this buildup creates that heavy, clouded feeling in the morning. We'll discuss how to optimize your environment to ensure this nightly rinse happens every single night. Pillar 3, targeted cognitive oxygenation. The third pillar is movement, but not in the way you might think. We don't need marathons. We need consistent low-impact oxygenation. A brisk 20-minute walk in nature doesn't just strengthen your heart. It forces fresh, oxygen-rich blood into the hippocampus, the area of your brain responsible for memory and learning. It's the fastest way to turn the lights back on in your mind. Now, understanding the science is one thing, but how do you apply this to your life starting tomorrow morning? I want to give you a step-by-step protocol that optimizes your brain's chemistry. Throughout the day, the morning light phase, your brain's internal clock, the circadian rhythm, is the foundation of mental clarity. The moment you wake up, your brain needs a signal that the day has begun. In the first 30 minutes of your day, step outside. You don't need direct sunlight. Even a cloudy morning provides enough lux to trigger your brain to stop producing melatonin and start producing cortisol and dopamine. This isn't just about waking up. It's about setting the timer for your brain to clean itself later tonight. If you skip this, your brain stays in a low power mode for hours, contributing to that morning fog. The hydration and salt gap. Most people reach for coffee immediately, but after 8 hours of sleep, your brain is physically smaller due to dehydration. Instead of caffeine, start with 16 ounces of water and a tiny pinch of sea salt. The electrolytes help the water actually enter your brain cells. Caffeine on an empty, dehydrated brain creates a spike in jittery energy followed by a massive crash at noon. Wait 90 minutes before your first cup of coffee. This allows your natural adenosine levels to clear out, preventing the afternoon slump that makes you feel so disconnected. The deep work window. Between 10 a.m. and noon is when your brain is naturally most capable of complex thought. We often waste this window on emails or chores. I want you to protect this time. Use it for the hardest mental task of your day. This strengthens your neural pathways. Think of it as lifting weights for your mind. When you push through a difficult task, you trigger the release of neurotrophic factors, the fertilizer for new brain cells. The afternoon oxygen reset. By 2 p.m., your blood flow naturally slows down. Instead of a sugary snack, which creates an insulin spike that clouds your mind, try box breathing for 3 minutes. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. This simple act recalibrates your nervous system and forces oxygen into the prefrontal cortex. Combine this with a short walk, and you've effectively rebooted your mental operating system without a single drop of sugar. The evening wind down. As the sun sets, your brain needs to prepare for the nightly rinse we discussed earlier. 2 hours before bed, dim your lights. Modern LED bulbs emit a blue frequency that tells your brain it's still midday, blocking the sleep hormones you desperately need for brain repair. Switch to warm, amber lights. This tells your brain it is safe to begin the detoxification process. This protocol isn't about perfection. It's about giving your biology the right signals at the right time. To truly reclaim your clarity, we must address the hidden brain killers, everyday habits that many Americans over 50 overlook. These are the subtle leaks in your mental energy. First, the hidden sugar in healthy foods. Many of us have switched to low-fat yogurts or processed granola bars, thinking they are healthy. But in reality, these are often loaded with hidden sugars that spike your insulin. Every time your insulin spikes and crashes, it creates a glucose fog in your brain. To fix this, look for labels with hidden names like maltodextrin or high-fructose corn syrup. Your brain runs best on stable, slow-burning fuel, not the roller coaster of hidden sugars. Second, chronic digital overload. Our brains were not designed for the constant blue light and rapid-fire information of modern smartphones. For the brain over 50, this constant stimulation leads to digital fatigue. It wears down your ability to sustain deep focus. Try a digital sunset. No screens 60 minutes before bed. This allows your prefrontal cortex to finally disengage and rest. Third, the loneliness epidemic. This might sound psychological, but it is deeply biological. Social isolation triggers a stress response in the brain that increases cortisol. High cortisol over long periods literally shrinks the hippocampus, the memory center of your brain. Engaging in a meaningful conversation or being part of a community like ours is actually a form of neuroprotection. Fourth, shallow breathing. When we are stressed or busy, we tend to breathe only in our upper chest. This sends a signal to your brain that you are in survival mode. It limits the oxygen reaching your deeper brain tissues. Practice belly breathing for just 5 minutes a day to signal to your nervous system that it is safe to be calm and focused. Fifth, the sedentary brain. Sitting is often called the new smoking. When you sit for hours, your blood pools in your legs. and your brain's circulation drops. Even standing up for 2 minutes every hour can increase blood flow to the brain by 15%. It's not about intense exercise. It's about consistent movement to keep the pipes clear. As we reach the end of today's journey, I want you to take a moment. Just breathe. Reflect on the information we've shared. Reclaiming your focus is not a sprint. It is a sacred journey of consistency. What we have discussed today, from the biological science of the fog to the hidden killers in our modern environment, is more than just a list of tips. It is a roadmap to a second youth. Many people believe that as we pass the half-century mark, our best mental days are behind us. They accept the cloudiness as an inevitable tax of time. But I am here to tell you that your brain is the most resilient, most adaptable organ in the human body. It possesses an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, the power to rewire, repair, and renew itself at any age. The fog you feel today is not a permanent shadow. It is simply a signal that your system is ready for a reset. So, where do you start? My advice is simple. Start small. Do not try to overhaul your entire life by tomorrow morning. Instead, choose just one anchor habit from our 24-hour protocol. Perhaps it's the 16 ounces of water with a pinch of sea salt to rehydrate your brain cells. Or perhaps it's the digital sunset, turning off the noise of the world 60 minutes before you sleep. Master that one shift for 7 days. Feel the difference. Then and only then add the next. This slow, deliberate approach is how you build a fortress of mental clarity that lasts for decades. You aren't just fixing a problem. You are investing in your future self. You possess decades of wisdom, experience, and perspective that the world desperately needs. Your mind is your greatest asset, and it deserves to be as sharp and vibrant as your spirit. Thank you for spending this valuable time with me here at Vitality Path 50+. We don't take your attention for granted. If this message resonated with you, if it gave you a spark of hope or a new direction, please share it with a friend or a loved one. There is someone out there right now who feels lost in the fog, and your share might be the light they need to find their way back. I'm Brian. Stay sharp, stay vibrant, and remember, your most brilliant chapters are still being written. I will see you in our next session. Before we conclude, a quick reminder. The information shared in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard on this channel. Your health is your most valuable asset. Treat it with the professional care it deserves.